I almost thought to give up, but then I was like, no, if I give up, I'm going to be so disappointed in myself. It's going to translate to everybody. Watching that back, I was like, oh.
Hello, my loves. My name's Zach, and welcome back to another episode of Pop Off, the chat show where we talk to the eliminated queens of RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 6. And joining me in the studio today, don't try and kiki with her because she might snatch you. It's Kiki Snatch!
Ew. The crowd goes, wow.
The crowd is going crazy. Everyone's jumping. Kiki, how are you doing, my love?
I am... You know what? I'm better than I thought I would be. It was like,
oh, really?
Yeah. Obviously, I know the whole ins and outs of what happened on the show. Yeah. I was very anxious throughout the whole day, but like, I actually feel very good.
You were waiting for it yesterday, full of anxiety, and then you were like, actually, why not?
Yeah, like I kind of, I'm my worst enemy sometimes. I was like, yeah, no, because you were eliminated, you did terribly, like it wasn't good, none of it was good. And I watched it yesterday, I was like, no, you know what, actually, it's a fierce competition. I did what I needed to do. I came across, if I say so myself, iconic. Yeah, now I feel good.
And Kiki, your tagline is the unapologetic bad bitch of the London scene. Yeah. Where in London are you actually based?
So around the block. I am South London now. I grew up in Essex, like East London, Essex. But I'm a South London girl.
I'm East.
You East?
Yeah.
I know about the East scene.
No, the East scene. Oh god, don't even remind me. It's too much.
God, it is a lot, but the East scene know how to get down.
They do. I actually lived in South for a few years. I was in Brixton for a few years, which was a moment. Yeah, it was a moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you've already told me how you're feeling, which is incredible to hear that you're on a positive side of it all. I feel like yesterday, actually, as an episode, was a whirlwind of an episode, an absolute whirlwind. The competition is fierce.
It's something else. Like, going in, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be the one. And then like being a part of it and just seeing all of us together, it blew my mind whilst there. And it's still, to this day, like watching it, like every episode, I'm ready to see what happens next because it's gonna be quite boring without the personality. But
the show's over.
The competition is insane.
I actually feel like, I mean, a chat show challenge, speaking, personality, listening, that has to be one of the hardest challenges because it's not like you have a routine to learn. Like, you have to not only stand out, but play it natural, play it cool. And you had 4 other huge personalities on that sofa. You had yourself, Kyron, Lavoie, Lil, and Marmalade. What was it actually like being on that? It was actually hilarious because I felt like you all crammed, like kind of crushed up together each other because the sofa wasn't big enough.
That chair, it looks big, but then also, yes, it's quite tiny. Yeah. And I just sat there, I was like, I'm just gonna sit pretty. Me and my slim, thick self, just gonna sit. Yeah. Thank you.
What was it like being on the sofa in that moment? Like taking you back to that moment where the cameras are on you and the lights are blaring and Graham is sat right there. What was it like in that moment?
You know what? There was so many emotions, so many things going through my mind of just like, bitch, just like do it. It was so surreal. Like, yeah, cool. Already on the show. Like, been a few episodes in now. Like, been here for a few weeks, but this just felt so different because it was like, now you're on a different TV show and you're doing something different to just being like, okay, cool. Here's a maxi challenge. Here's a runway. We were placed in a different world.
It's a completely different challenge to anything else on Drag Race. I mean, it's super exciting. I loved it. I thought it was so interesting to see. And it was almost like one of those where like you could kind of see Lavoie, okay, she's experienced. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
The second she sits down, it's like, okay, fine, yeah. But everyone else, you're like, how's it going to play out? It was so unpredictable.
Yeah.
You only have, I guess, a few minutes that were shown on camera, but was there any moments on that sofa that we didn't actually see?
There were a couple of moments. I think they definitely got like the pinnacle parts. I think that's probably that might be the right word. We're gonna roll with
We'll
that.
go with it.
We'll go with it. Yeah, they got like the moments. There was like a couple more questions asked and like more conversations had, but you know.
And you each had a story, I guess. So were you kind of told, I guess, to prepare a story in mind? Was it kind of rehearsed in a way, or was it like Graham had been given your audition tapes and was like, I'm gonna pick this to ask you about, and you were just like, okay.
So yeah, no, we were told we're gonna be on that show. They were like, just remember what you've done through like your career. Here's like some pointers to kind of talk about. And obviously Graham will have his questions that he wants to ask different queens, or like he'll probably ask us all the same thing. And we have to just be like, okay, cool, here's some prompts. If you want to talk about that, talk about that. Just write about yourself. Like, talk what you want to talk about, kind of thing. And just like, and just like make it make sense.
Because that's another skill. Like, you have to be a great storyteller. Like, you know when like when you're on a night out, or you're like kikiing with the girls, and you're like, guess what happened last week? And you have to get people in front of you, and you have to entertain everyone. And sometimes it goes really well, and sometimes it doesn't. You're like, oh, I shouldn't have told that story. You're like, oh, that.
One drink too many. Never mind. I'll see you later. Yeah, very bad. But yeah, it's like, yeah, the points were there, and you just kind of you just run with it. If he asks you something, you're like, oh, go.
I mean, you kind of did it really well in the mini challenge, because you won the mini challenge, which was a kind of smaller rendition of that, which was tell a funny story. I mean, anyone that's seen the Graham Norton show will know, but I guess for the American viewers and the international people watching, like in the Graham Norton show, there is a segment where a person from the audience, I think, sits on a chair, they tell a funny story. If they don't like the story, the judges will have them go, pshoom, goodbye. And you won that challenge. What you said had me in stitches. The people in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but Abu Dhabi do.
Listen, I saw the chuckle from Raven and Rune. I was like, yeah. And
it was like,
I put this in the bag.
No one else was kind of getting there, but you completely sold it. Did you come up with that joke, by the way?
Yeah. Just like, this is my real hair. My friend told me ages ago, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I remember this.
I think the fact that the Flintstones is so random. I love it.
Listen. Yeah.
It's your joke now.
Going through my head just then, and I kind of ran with it.
Yeah. I mean, it worked. I mean, you won the mini challenge. You're then given the power to choose your group. Power was literally in the palm of Kiki's hands.
Yeah.
What was your strategy in that decision making?
Strategy, you say? Child. Anyone that knows me, and the person that says it the most is my partner, is like, me making decisions for anything, like, it'll be what outfit to wear, what to have for dinner, what takeout should I get, like it does not matter what it is, I'm terrible at making decisions. So I was just like, now I have to fully make a decision for all of us, myself, put myself in a place. Obviously, they made it seem like I just went, oh, boom, yeah, when I tell you, if they had shown everything, it would have been the end of the episode, and I would have still been there like, what do I do?
So you were there for a while making a decision.
Yeah, I was just like, flip a coin, flip the wig.
Because I thought that you were purposely choosing, I guess, strong competitors. I mean, big personalities even, like Kyra and LeBois.
There was a bit of that.
There's the advantage of being later judged as a group, you would all be safe, but you never know. So I thought that
like
was
the girl group challenge. We were judged individually, but Rouge chose the group. It's like, oh, what's gonna happen? She was throwing all types of spanners, but then it was like, I know these big personalities we can all kind of like bounce off each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe I did, as Shara said, stub my toe in it and I fumbled, but also it was a good group.
It was
by my delusions.
It was a great challenge. I mean, we saw Lavoie take the win. Incredible.
Congrats to her.
And then you with Actavia in the bottom. Do you agree with those placements?
I plead the fifth.
I mean, Chara was also bottom 3, I guess. Do you think it should have played out differently?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I said this from the jam. Everyone, like the crew, the judges, they needed Kiki and Actavia to go head to head. It's written in the stars. From time you got like 2 dancing bad bitches, it's gonna happen. And I think, should I have been in the bottom? Look at that runway. If we're being judged on Maxi Challenge and runway, how it has been from the start of this season, I definitely gave. I didn't need to be in the bottom for that. But also, you know, there's like no weak link in this season. There is no like bottom girls from the jump. It's just like, yeah, everyone is top form. The slightest bit of like tremor or fumble, yeah, cool. You're gonna look at that as like bottom. I'm gonna stand by my delusions. I should not have gone home yet, but you know, at least I had a headpiece and not a hat, Actavia. How's your hat been?
Watching. It sounds like you're saying that the Drag Race producers were doing a bit of producing on their end, which we know they love to do.
Everyone loves a little production team, and the production was producing, so. But it's fine. You got a show. You got a fierce one at that. It's this little lip sync team.
Yeah, I mean,
winner baby is fine.
You beat me to it. That lip sync was a Royale Smackdown extravaganza, eleganza, abu dabu die, encyclopedia extravaganza. Like, what do you think about watching that lip sync?
In the moment, just knowing, I was like, oh, this is the one bit that I do not want to come against. And I'm in this ballerina, corseted, tight-ass, trashy planets dress. And I was like, I'm now dancing to David Bowie, let's dance. How am I going to dance in this? But like watching, I almost thought to give up. But then I was like, no, if I give up, I'm going to be so disappointed in myself. It's going to translate to everybody. Watching that back, I was like, oh, you know what? No, I'm glad you didn't, Kiki. Like, we were both giving. My musicality forever and always will be on point.
Yeah.
Like, it felt very good to watch because I was like, oh, I'm watching a show that I can just watch this on stage as like an outsider.
Oh, God. I want to see it in person. Like, invite me, please.
I'm there. Come through. Round 2.
I honestly feel like with lip syncs, you can always kind of gauge based on the edit who's being shown more, who's doing more tricks, who's being hidden. If there's anything UK Festival Season 2 taught us, it's that the fans know it. The fans aren't dumb, you know. But this lip sync, I genuinely had no idea who Ru was gonna say. You were head to head. It was a Royal lip sync extravaganza, eleganza, smackdown, as I just said. So entertaining. You guys must be absolutely buzzing. Have you spoken to Actavia since?
I haven't, because I've cut her off from all socials or life forms, because no one robs me. Okay? No one. No. And so like I've not spoken. We've got like a little group chat.
Yeah.
We've given like love to each other, given love to Lavoie. I've had a little bit of love. I haven't spoken to Actavia yet, but even after the show, before like it all airing, we've like worked together at Heaven and just like always had that love and just been like, bitch,
Oh, incredible.
like ready for this episode to come out. Like, I know we both killed it, but yeah, to watch it, definitely giving all my love to Actavia. She did what she needed to do.
Oh, I love that for you guys. That's
Yeah.
Kiki, you had a pretty solid run on UK season 6. Everything from your a cappella talent show number, which was incredible. The judges ate that up. Your Julia Nobbits was
Now go out there and find some dick.
I actually also loved your cute moment with Dita. I think it was episode 2, where you both connected over your non-binary identities. That was such a sweet moment, and I remember speaking to
the non-binary fanery.
Show. Really cute. How do you feel about your performance on the show? You must be so proud.
Honestly, yeah, I am like so glad I did it. So glad that it was just me and like stay true to what I know as myself and like all my friends and people that have come to shows to see me. They're like, if like watching that, I didn't cringe at myself. I didn't think, oh my gosh, who is that person? I'm ecstatic at how I come across. Also, my face tells so many stories, and they definitely caught some of the eye rolls, some of the just
They definitely caught the eye rolls.
like they caught bits, and yeah, I feel good having watched myself. I don't ever like watching myself. I don't ever
You
like
feel so out of body.
It's the craziest experience, but.
And do you see things and you're like, I remember saying that, but I didn't remember until this moment.
Yeah. Like, even in the confession, I'm like, I can ramble. So it's just like, I know I said a lot of things, and I dropped a few bit of shade. Wasn't shady. I was like real with it. I said what I said, and then watching, I'm like, oh my goodness, you are a fool. But it all makes sense. It's like, yeah, I remember in the pinnacle moment, like, oh yeah, okay, that's what happened.
What's one thing you wish you kind of did differently, I guess, looking back?
Got the 25K.
Got the 25K. Hey, don't we all?
Maybe like sit down and really structure more runway moments and just be less hood with it and be like, you know what, I'm gonna splash and be in debt for this shit and just go all out on like runways. I would not change anything about me coming across, just because then you don't get the full effect of Kiki. But like when it comes to looks wise, I think go deeper into the planning instead of just being like, plan, have the idea, and then just do it. I like how fully encapsulate and make it happen.
I mean, Snatch Game is next week. The Goopery, the gaggery of you being eliminated 1 week before Snatch Game.
I was the only one out of everyone that was like, I can't wait for Snatch Game.
Really?
Everyone was like, really? Brenda Meeks, so Regina Hall Brenda Meeks from Scary Movie.
No.
Yeah.
So funny. We lost.
That would have been iconic. I don't even know if you should actually put that in there. I think you should just like, I plead the fifth because maybe.
Hey, wait till All Stars maybe, and then you can bring it back.
Maybe.
I think it's time we get a UK All Stars in the house. What are we looking for?
Like,
if Ru rang you up in 12 months' time and said, Kiki, I have an assignment for you, would you be interested in coming back to future seasons? I plead the fifth.
I do. I plead the fifth. Probably, you know. I think so. Especially like,
it's hard to say now. I guess. Nobody wants to say now, do they? But
yeah, like I think knowing how it rides and knowing what I'm going to get myself into, I think I'm prepared enough to be like, yeah, sure, why not?
And what about, like, I guess if we did do a UK All Stars, what other UK queens would you want to be on a season with from other seasons? Who are your girls?
From other seasons to be on with, definitely Vanity.
Yes.
Vanity
Oh,
Milan.
being Vanity sisters. I love her.
Ah,
We queen out.
I think Astina.
Yes.
For sure. Who else?
Just you three. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll just make that. I was gonna say Tayce, but I don't want to stomp the competition over her. But maybe I'm actually just talking about the new next girl group that's coming up. What?
What? Sure.
Vanity, Kiki Snatch, huh?
Damn, are you being for real? Okay.
I don't know.
Listen, for our last 60 seconds, we're going to play a quick game of word association. It's a game with all our pop-off guests. The rules are super simple.
Mm-hmm.
I say a word and you say the first word that comes into your head. I'm going to start a clock and we'll see how many you can get. We're then going to compare your score to your fellow castmates, and whoever gets the highest score wins. The only rule is you cannot repeat the same word twice. Are you ready?
I don't think so, but let's do it.
Let's do it. The highest score at the minute, I think, is 17. So we'll see if you can
I need to say the first word that comes to my head from what you say.
Boom. Yeah, that's right. 3, 2, 1, go. Makeup.
Revolution.
Designer.
Comme des Garçons.
RuPaul.
Charles.
Busted.
Drag.
Appendix.
Spleen.
Stimulation.
Tantalization.
Underwear.
Garments.
Theft.
Robbery.
Surgery.
Plastic.
Michelle.
Massage.
Delivery.
Food.
Beard.
Husband.
Horror.
Scary.
Anachronism.
What?
Bumfuzzle.
Bumfluff.
Bumfoddle.
Up the bum, no babies.
Whippersnapper.
Slavery.
Construction.
Electrician.
We're out of time, Kiki.
Damn,
that's one. Okay, let me just count your score.
I feel like we should do that again.
Whoa, okay. Kiki Snatch, you have scored a total of 17 points! Woo! Pretty sure that's tied first place. If not first place, so we'll see. There'll be a graphic on screen and then we'll see then. Kiki, thank you so much for speaking with me. Please tell the world what you have coming up and where they can find you.
I am Kiki Snatch on all socials, KIKISNATCH. I will be all over, everywhere, all over Europe, joining Lemon, the winner, on her tour across Europe, Paris, Amsterdam, the whole of UK. And yeah, just follow because there's more things that are coming that I cannot fully disclose. But you'll see me staying fierce, fabulous, and snatched.
Kiki, thank you so much for speaking with me. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe for weekly pop-up episodes with the Queens, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.